Hello, everybody. Welcome to Liza's Love Tarot, where we go through the zodiac like it's a journey. So, I'm an energy reader, and I use tarot and astrology to read the energies, not to be confused with a tarot reader or an astrologist, where they use the tools for their trade. I use the trade of astrology and tarot as a tool. Okay? So, it's a bit of a nuance there. Don't worry if you can't wrap your mind around it. Just know that I feel the energies that are swirling all around us. I always have for a very long time. I'm so deep into Cancer energy right now, can you tell? But I have for a really long time, so it's really easy for me to feel what's going on. And so, because I can feel everything and I have a lot of life experience, I can figure out what it is and the gist. Now, I'm reading for a lot of people, and that's, what makes all of this really cool. Love being here. This is probably the best gift anybody could ever get, is the gift of healing. Which, everybody's got it. You just have to know how to tap into it, right? And how to, be friends with how you feel instead of being plagued by how you feel. Anyways, key step if you want to figure out how to get there is gratitude. That's all I can say. It's one of those things, it's one of those lessons you got to learn. But anyways, Cancer is hello. Hello to all of you. I love Cancers. The energy is always really amazing. I have so many Cancers near and dear to my heart, honestly. They always make me smile, and especially one that I've got in mind. He always would make me really happy. Anytime he'd show up in my dreams, he was an amazing cheerleader. So I love Cancer energy. All the Cancers in my life are amazing. That being said, Cancer energy is all about feelings. So these are our great feelers out there, and those who have that glimpse or that keyhole into Cancer energy. When I talk about keyholes, think of the zodiac as different rooms, and your planets give you little keyholes into those rooms, and those keyholes light up that space a little bit, so you can see a little bit into Cancer energy through a moon sign or through a sun sign. But just because you don't have energies in that room doesn't mean that you're not also feeling what's going on, right? The little keyhole just gives you a very specified way in which you can experience it. It amplifies it, okay? So that you're more aware of it than, say, someone who doesn't have any keyholes. And so that being said, these Cancers, I love them because they're always they're so deeply in tune with how they feel that it's inspiring. So with that being said, Cancer, what's got you in your feels? I love to read the zodiac like it's a journey, so I implore you to watch your Aries, Taurus, Gemini readings so far, and also the monthly overview. But it really does give you a sense of how the whole story of November is going to play out. Of course, you can just watch this one video because you're Cancer, but that's only going to give you 1/12 of the story that's playing out, whereas you could watch all of it. Now, that doesn't mean that all of it's going to be significant to you. Some of it will be more significant than others. Oftentimes, what your moon sign is, you feel a lot more than others. You get what I mean? You pick up what I'm putting down here. This story as a whole is like a symphony, right? But sometimes we walk in on the symphony at a certain time and certain point, and that resonates a lot more than others. And I guess I should put it this way. Just the whole audience is listening to a symphony, but some people are just going to hear them damn flutes more than others. Some people are really going to pick up on that belly of the French horn, and some people are just really here for the violins, okay? But if enjoying the thing as a whole is what is satisfying. So I'm telling the story of the whole, okay? And Cancer, as a whole, you guys are feeling, you guys are feeling this whole journey. And that's what we're going to pick up on. We're going to pick up on what you're feeling and why, what's causing you to feel the way that you do in November, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot. Cancer, hello. What's causing you to feel the way that you do? You. So Cancer, you're at the bottom. You're the energy around what we feel is very much you. So, welcome. You're the reason why everybody's feeling the way that they do in their lives right now. How does that feel, Cancer? Like, think about that for a second. You're the reason why a lot of people are feeling the way that they do. Now, I don't want that to make you nervous, because a lot of people, as you probably know, are feeling negatively about you. A lot of people are feeling positively about you. A lot of people are feeling absolutely neutral about you and bonkers about what you're doing, right? Like, don't take it to heart, okay? Look at her. She doesn't care. She's fucking bucking it. She's got her fucking, like, arrow, like, pulled back and ready to go. She doesn't care. She doesn't care how, like, other people are going to feel about this. Think of her as, like, one of, Aphrodite's, like, one of the Cupids. She's got the arrow. She doesn't care that you're going to fall in love. She doesn't care that they're obsessively in love with her. She doesn't. If it's in alignment with her, great. If not, it's not it. But she knows what's in alignment for her because she listens to herself. That's why she's going places. And this is you, Cancer. I'm talking about you. The reason why you feel the way that you do is because of you. Let's see what's underlying that. Strength. Oh! Yes, roar, bitch, roar. This is essentially just like Leo energy, right? And Leo is right after you, but no, you're in control of your reality right now. Talk about main character syndrome. Like, I'm in the energy. I love it. I love the vibes. I'm not going to lie. So this is what's showing up in your 3D. This is what you look like. You look like this to people. You may be like this or ready, but other people are seeing this, and that's scary to some people. Some people are like, yes, bitch, roar. And some people are fucking terrified, okay? Does not matter to you. Let's see what's underneath here in your soul. The Four of Wands, nothing but fucking celebration. And this is just the beginning of them. Look, the Four of Wands is the first of the celebrations. This is just the beginning. Okay, so whatever this feels, I know this feels bigger than how it ever has before. I don't care. This is just the beginning. What you can't see is this connection coming in. You can't see it, and it is so much bigger than some like person. Like, I wanted to say some guy, because I feel like for a lot of you it felt like that, some guy. Take the gender however you need to, but we all know how it feels to say some guy. It's ick factor. This is so much bigger than just some guy. So much bigger than that, and you were able to see that, and that's why you're here. That's why you're making people terrified and making them feel things, because you're a bad bitch, and this is why you're at in the beginning of so many of your celebrations. You don't see it, but you like, and you don't like, it has not unfolded quite yet. For some of you, a little bit, okay? For some of you, like, you've gotten a little taste of it and you see what's coming. But for some of you, you have absolutely no idea what is coming in right now. Let me see possible outcome. Knight of Pentacles. He's been showing up a lot, honestly, this night. He feels gratified. He is the smart guy in the room who knows that he's about to, okay, here's the Knight of Pentacles. I'm married to him. So he's the guy in the room that knows that he's going to be the boss of everybody else eventually. That's him. It's very big dick energy. I love it. That's why, I married mine. But this is this is the moment where you don't even have to put in any more work. You put a system together, and the system could be you. You went to build a bitch, like, workshop, and you put that shit together, and it is coming off the line. I'm going to see what the underlying energy to this is. The Three of Wands. It's coming in production. Cancer. Okay. So you went to that build a bitch workshop, right? And you put all of the pieces together and everything in place for you to not even have to do shit once she arrives, and she's on her fucking way. She's on her way. Ain't that some shit? Don't worry about it. You see that card underneath there? I'm not even gonna look at it. I kind of know what it is. Don't even fucking worry about it. But you are on your fucking way. That's so hot. Okay. I looked at it. But I'm not going to show you because, like I said, I know what it is and it really doesn't matter. Does not matter. I'm just going to tell you, she's on the way. That Build-A-Bitch workshop that you went to, okay, she's on the fucking way. But just because I know some of you don't believe me, I'm going to do it with a different deck. 10 of Pentacles right there. It just dropped. But we're going to shuffle and we're going to keep going, okay? Let's see. November 2022 for my Cancers. Let's get into the thick of the reading. One of these days, honestly, I'm just going to start leaving it at the pre-shuffle because isn't that fucking energy amazing? But I want you to look at that as the energy that's in the air, okay? The energy that is holding you around you, okay? And this next reading, I want you to think of it as more of what's happening in your physical that might make it difficult for you to tap into that energy, okay? So with that being said, let's look at the underlying energy. The Three of Pentacles. You're working on a tapestry. You are working on it. Please go look at the Gemini reading. Is it Gemini where we were talking about tapestries an awful lot? It's either Gemini or Taurus. Please go look at it because that's what this is. You are working on a tapestry right now, okay? I don't want you to think about anything else besides the fact of knowing that you're working on a tapestry. So let's see. What is the energy around it? You have been studying bright ideas, bitch. You know, they talk about like the Pentacles, Taurus, going to school. This is the bitch that goes to school, but the world is her fucking school. Look at this girl. She ain't got no shoes on. She's walking across, you know, probably some little bayou area or some shit on a stick. I see some birds and shit like that, right? But it don't look all that cute and stuff. She's not in school. She's not in academia. Oh my God, academia. Am I good enough? She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't give a fuck. The world is her oyster. She learns from the world, which means that she's going to be a child of the world, a scholar of the world, okay? That's a difference than being a scholar of some papers and a scholar of the world. The scholar of men and the scholar of the world are not two, they're two different things. They are not the same, okay? That is the energy surrounding how you feel right now, okay? Just follow that. 10 of Pentacles. It comes up again. This is the energy of what it's going to look like in the 3D. This is the energy of November, the 3D of November. Just keep that in fucking mind, okay? 10 of Pentacles. This isn't just fulfillment in the cell. I know you've all been waiting. I know we've all been waiting for something to come through. Honestly, take this as you can. Because I don't want you to have expectations. I don't. Don't expect anything. Just listen to me when I say you're taken care of, okay? Don't expect anything now. Because I don't want you to have expectations. I don't want you to, I don't want you to have them because I don't want you to start thinking about what it could be, what it can't be, what it this and that. We don't care. Get lost in the books. This bitch doesn't care that she's taken care of, right? She knows it. That's why she can walk across a string. That's why she can walk across a ledge on a string from one to the other. Page of Swords. She knows she's good. She knows she's good, okay? I know. That's such a Saturn thing, right? And Saturn is also air energy and earth energy. And here she is, air and earth, okay? I know. Your wisdom tells you you're taken care of, so just leave it at that, okay? We're not going to even dive deeper into that. We're going to look at the soul. Ace of Wands. Of course the soul is on fire, bitch. Of course the soul is on fire. You're feeding it. What can't you see? The Queen of Swords. Oh. You don't see how what you said irks the fuck out of them. You can't see it. You can't see it. The people that what you said it inspired them, you see them because they're flying their flags up high, right? You inspired them. And so there, you can see it. But the ones who what you said is just grinding in them, you're flying above it now. I know a lot of you could feel what was going on the other side. Makes you second guess yourself, right? Makes you want to gaslight yourself. Meanwhile, you're on a whole new journey doing something totally different, right? but it makes you second guess yourself because you're confused between yourself and others, especially those of you who are just gotten out of codependent situations, okay? I know October was tough. I know this cycle was tough. It was everywhere, okay? There was nowhere I could look. Hell, I was seeing it crop up in my own life in certain ways. You know what I mean? Like small things, like small things, but still, the signs were everywhere. Like you could not be a part of the soulmate cycle and get shit about the soulmate cycle, like interfering with your day-to-day reality. Okay, it was in the TV, it was in everything. So I know y'all was going through it because that was a hell of a lot of energy, and you can get really confused between you and others. But that energy came through to really reset things back to how they were supposed to be, because there was a hiccup. Anyways, I don't want to go into it because then we get into more science stuff, and I feel like we are talking about feelings, and that can, that can not help. I'm going to say that Cancer energy get out what it needs to get out because science wants to reason everything. So just believe me when I say they're upset. I know you felt it. Take that as confirmation. Don't internalize anything from them anymore. You can't even see what's going on their side. Everything could be falling to shatters, and you would not know. You would not know. And that's a good thing. You don't want to know. It's none of your business because it had nothing to do with you. Okay? So when we want to know stuff, it's because we've tricked ourselves into thinking it's our business. We tricked ourselves into thinking that it's about us, and it's not. So what you don't know is because it's not about you. And they made you believe that it was. You get what I'm saying? And here's like a perfect example. Let's say you were in a situation and you were with a friend. Let's say there's 3 people in a situation, okay? This poor girl, she's going on a date. She goes on a date with this guy, and his wife shows up, and his wife's chewing her out, okay? It's not about you. It's not about you, right? It's not about her. I'm sorry, your marriage falling apart has nothing to do with her. She didn't even know he was married, right? But this woman's trying to make it about her. Even the man is trying to make it about her. Oh, well, she's just so funny. She's this, she's that. No, sir, what in you made you betray the trust of another person? And then put that person at risk and to be brought into the story? You are the her in this story, okay? You were brought into somebody's mess. That's what I'm getting at. The Queen of Swords is always brought into the mess because she's the one who can clear it, and you cleared it. But because you were brought in and you had no idea because they were lying about it, they didn't want to make you feel good about or maybe they just didn't want to be seen for what it was. For those of you who are following, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Somebody brought you into their mess, and it had nothing to do with you. You're the poor girl sitting at this dinner table watching this man who you flirted with for maybe you vetted for 2 months, right? Maybe you work with him and stuff, and you just had no fucking idea. Maybe you knew a little something was up, which is why you were taking it slow. But it could have just been a little bit of incompatibility, not a whole fucking wife, right? But you didn't put too much of your cards into it. You're dating other people. This is just a shocker. But wow, now you're stuck here for the next 10 minutes because, his wife is here, and you're sitting in the corner, and you're like, excuse me, can you let me out? I feel like this doesn't have anything to do with me. I feel like if you're picking up on those vibes where someone is trying to make something about you, this could be a coworker situation, right? Maybe so-and-so knows. No, so-and-so does not know. I do not know, and I do not want to know, because I just want to feel good. I want to stay in my good energy. I am curious. Is she paying attention to what's going on to somebody else? Not seriously, no. She's reading stories, sure. She's down for the drama. But only so much as they give her ideas for her own liberation. Look at the birds flying. Only so much as they give her ideas for her own liberation. She's not interested in other people like that. And sometimes people can take your interest in the world around you, including them, as deep fucking interest in them. No, you're not interested in them. You're interested in the liberation, Queen of Swords. Okay, Cancer. Oh, I love it. I love this Venus coming through, this Venus energy coming through. Okay, what is the potential outcome? Five of Wands. This might be some discord, and let's see the underlying energy of the Three of Pentacles. Yeah. You're probably going to notice some discord going on around you. And I'm giving you this part of the reading, right? This part, so you know what the world around you is looking like, okay? The other part of the reading that happened before, the pre-shuffle, is like what's actually going on. What's going on in you? What's hidden? What you can't see yet, okay? What's behind the scenes? This is what's in front of the scenes. Aside from this is the connection point to what was going on behind the scenes and what's going on in front of the scenes, okay? This is our connection point, the tapestry. So really take that to mean that I told you the story of what's going on in the fray around you. But please don't get that confused with you. You are the tapestry weaver. Okay, so of course you can see it all, but there are some things you don't have to focus on that much, okay? And you're going to know the difference. You're going to stop weaving other people into your story that don't belong there. You're going to stop weaving their projections of you. You are feeling all of this, okay? You can feel it all, and sometimes you get lost in that water. You know how sometimes you go to the beach and you stay there for too long and you're all shriveled up and wrinkled and dehydrated like a sad little tomato? You know, you're getting super dehydrated out here and you're trying, I stayed out for too long. Yeah, that happens sometimes, Cancer, when, you know, you're so used to being out in the ocean of feels. But right now, with everything in the eclipse, that brought up a lot, okay? And not all of that should have even been brought to your table, if I'm going to be totally honest. And this goes out and this isn't just for people who have Cancer planetary aspects. Those of you who have the planetary aspects, you will have felt this even more. Like, it makes me want to just like vomit it out. You know what I mean? I'm so tired of all of this, like a polluted ocean, so to speak. Those without those planetary aspects, you are still feeling it, but instead it's like being in a boat, not knowing you're in a boat, and you're just rocking, and you're getting motion sickness all the time, and you're just like, I just don't feel well, but you don't know why. That's what I'm talking about when I say the difference between having planetary energy there with the keyhole in, so you know why. It's the polluted ocean. I've been in the water for too long. You know what's going on. You might not be able to escape it, maybe, but you know, at least you know what's going on. Whereas the other person, they have no idea. They're just in the dark, floating in a boat, getting tossed around, feeling nauseous, okay? That's what this is. This is a whole lot of, there are people back there feeling that. But you're going to see the discord. But the discord is not on you. Look, this is tied to this, okay? This is what everything looks like. And you can read it as this. This is what things might look like on the outside of what's going on for people, okay? But this is what's going on their inside. Now flip it and reverse it, because energies are like that, okay? We see the inversion of things. If you see discord around you right now, and that's making you nervous, then that means what's behind that for you. And that's all I'm going to say on that, okay? Because I don't want you to expect it. Cancer, your energy has been so nice to kind of float in. Thank you for riding along on this journey with me. Please stay tuned for Leo's reading. Honestly, we are going through the zodiac this November, and right now the surf, the tide, it is wild. It's wild out here. But anyways, I appreciate you, and don't forget to like, subscribe, or share to any bad bitches, you know, women, man, non-binary, trans. Honestly, a bad bitch is a bad bitch, and we all know what that means. Send it to who needs it. And I really want to say thank you. I will talk to y'all later. See you in Leo. Bye.